The Joe Rogan Experience.
Has anybody ever had a real feasible idea how to fix that? How to like take all these impoverished inner city communities we know have been crime ridden for decades and stop it? How do you stop it? What do you do? What's the plan? How do you go in there? How much money would it take? How much money would it take to take take one city, Detroit, impoverished communities in Detroit, and bring it up? What would you have to do? How would you have to fix this? How would you have to have community centers? How much would it cost to have counseling and guidance and a positive community? Like foster a positive community with people that are like professional, like psychologists and healthcare workers and doctors and people that can talk to kids and tell them about potential careers and things that they can do, and that there's ways out, and then foster them into community programs that can get them tutoring to give them a little bit of a bump before they can go to college.
It's tough.
Like all these different things that just don't exist.
A lot of it don't exist, but it's got to start at home. It has to start at home.
It has to, right?
It has to, because you can make all the plans, programs you want. Somebody has enforcement. So they have to enforce it. A teacher can have the best lesson plan and the best curriculum she can win Teacher of the Year, whatever. You know what I'm saying? But what she's teaching and what she's trying to get them to understand, if it's not reinforced at home, then it goes nowhere.
Right.
You know, and it's like I don't even know, how do you address the mindset of parents, or some people aren't supposed to be parents, but that's where everything starts.
Yeah, well,
everything starts there.
I think some people, it's a cycle, right? Some people had parents that were unqualified to have them, and then they became unqualified to have their own parents, and whether or not they should or shouldn't be responsible, we could all agree they should be responsible. They're not. Those kids, a lot of times, are the ones that get fucked over in life. They get a bad start, right?
Yeah.
But if there was some way through some sort of a community program to ensure that these kids always had a place that felt like a community, felt like family, they can go there, it's safe. There's always somebody there that can handle them and take care of them.
But man, motherfuckers got to get rid of the mentality of fucking their own shit up, man.
Yeah.
That's one thing, they fuck their own shit up sometime, man. Like everything you're saying, like Nipsey Hussle, the rapper that passed away, that was well respected in hip hop all across the board. He was an example of everything that you're saying.
Yeah.
He was an example of how to fix it. He was an example of everything that you said he was doing, getting people up on their finances. He had a realty company out of the Marathon clothing shopping mall he had. He employed people that came out of prison, people that didn't have a fair shake in life. You know what I'm saying? He donated to the community. He had kids in his videos. He was doing everything. He was trying to explain to people how important it is to have business, buy property. You know where his store was, a train line was going to be coming soon. So all the property he bought around it, he knew how much it was going to be worth. Then and he tried to pass that knowledge on to a lot of people. He passed it on through his music. He passed on how he lived his life. He passed on by his associations. He gave everything. He didn't leave the fucking hood. He stayed in the hood. He built his name in the hood. He came from a place where people was comparing him to Snoop Dogg right out the gate. He's Snoop Dogg, blah, blah, blah. He had to beat through that shit. He was selling his own shit. He recording his own. He's doing his own shit. He won't leave the fucking hood. He's letting people see his life. He's letting people see his motherfucking life. And with all that said, in his parking lot, in his hood, another nigga shot him to death. And that's fucked up. That type of shit make me be frustrated about being black sometimes. God damn, nigga. And then you wonder why people say this about you. Our community needs to check motherfuckers and get garbage and rodents and roaches like that motherfucker out of here. As much as we trying to figure out the problem, as much as we could put 1 million people in a fucking room and write, okay, this legislature, blah, 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 blah. Man, if motherfuckers don't stop fucking their own shit up, ain't nobody ever gonna fucking care.